What is physical quantity? Physical quantity is the property, characteristics or phenomena that can be measured or calculated. A car is moving from Jaipur to Amer with velocity v and it covers distance d in time t. Here velocity, distance and time are the characteristics of car motion which can be measured. These quantities are known as physical quantities. Two particles of charge q repelling each other with force F. F and q are measurable and comes under category of physical quantities. Similarly, time, the mass of a particle or atoms, weight, temperature, light intensity and many more similar type of characteristics or phenomena in our natures which can be measured or calculated comes under category of physical quantities. So, now question is how we can represent or express these. A physical quantity can be expressed as a combination of numerical value and a unit of measurement. For example, in case of car motion, distance is 2900 meters. Here, 2900 is the numerical value and m, which is stand for meter, is the unit of measurement. In case of velocity, the meter per second is the unit of measurement and time, the minute is represent the unit of measurement. So in actual, what is the meaning of unit of measurement? In our previous example, when we say distance of 2900 meter, it means there are 2900 units of meter in that distance. So here 1 meter is a standard length, and if we use this length for 2900 times, we will cover the 2900 meter distance. So here meter is a standard which is being used to measure a physical quantity, distance. A standard which is used to measure a physical quantity is known as unit of measurement. A unit of measurement must have a predefined or fixed value which does not change with time and space and have same meaning across the world. 1 meter is defined as distance traveled by the light in vacuum in 1 by 299,792,458th fraction of a second. Here this big number is the speed of light in vacuum in meters per second. The speed of the light in vacuum is always remain the same and known as constant of nature. Since we have defined the meter by a constant of nature, its value also remain constant and is specified as a standard for measurement of length and same kind of other quantities. The same kind of quantities means quantities like distance, height, depth, area, volume, etc. where length is the base quantity. Here if we look around, we will find a very large number of physical quantities. So is that mean we need to have the same number of standard units to measure the different physical quantities? Luckily that is not the case. Otherwise think how difficult it would be to standardize and remember so many units of measurements. We have categorized all the units of measurements in 3 categories: the fundamental or base units, supplementary units and derived units. Fundamental units are the set of unrelated units or standards of measurement which are defined and adapted by international community to have uniformity in measurement. There are 7 physical quantities which are identified as a base quantity. These quantities are mass of the object, length, time, electric current, temperature, amount of substance and luminous intensity. Now the unit of measurement which measure these quantities are known as fundamental units. These fundamental 7 units are kilogram, meter, second, ampere, Kelvin, mole and candela. And the corresponding unit symbols are here. We have seen that the unit meter which measured the length is defined by using the constant of nature, the speed of the light. What do you think about other fundamental units? Are those units also defined by using the constant of nature? Explore the answer and put your comments in description box. Fundamental units are supported by supplementary units. Supplementary units are dimensionless units that are used along with base unit to form derived units in the international system of measurement. First unit is to measure the plane angle and known as radians. The second is the unit to measure the solid angle and it's known as steradian. In the definition of supplementary unit, we have seen that it's a dimensionless. What is meant by dimensionless units? Dimensionless unit is a unit to measure a quantity to which no physical dimensions is assigned. What is meant by physical dimensions? A physical dimension is property we associate with physical quantities for purpose of classification and differentiation. Mass, length, time, etc. are example of physical dimensions. Now let's check out what is derived unit. Derived units are the units of all other physical quantities which are represented as product of the base or fundamental units. For example, acceleration. So acceleration has unit of measure as meter per second square, which is basically a product of meter and reciprocal of time square. Now check out about force. Force uses the fundamental base unit of mass, length and time. What about density? Density is kilogram per meter cube, which uses the mass and length unit of measure. SI system of units assigned a special name for some of the derived unit of measures. Here are couple of names for example or for your understanding. Here you see the derived quantity is force. Its unit of measurement name is Newton. Unit symbol is capital N and it's in term of SI base unit it's a kilogram meter per second square. Another quantity, if you see the derived quantity work, its unit of measurement name is Joule, which is on name of the scientist. Unit symbol is capital J and this is represented in SI base units, and all these derived quantities can always be presented in the form of base unit of measurements or fundamental units. Now the set of these base units, supplementary units and derived units is known as system of units. There are three system of units: FPS, CGS and MKS. The latest phase of MKS is known as SI unit of measurement. In our next video, we will be talking about system of units. Now it is a time for question for you. Put your answers and comments in the description box. I hope you would have enjoyed this session. And if you think you have learned something new today, then please click like button and subscribe us for similar type of videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.